message, pile one. So, in connecting with your inner child, or rather reconnecting, the message you need to know today from Spirit is it is never truly the end. This card reads, Beloved, in this, everything will be okay. And I want to go to our guidebook, but before we do, I just want to say, I was picking up on the taste of cotton candy and also the experience of eating cotton candy, so something about that may be prevalent. And also, just in case it wasn't brought to your attention already, the specific colors for the feathers of your pile are green and pink. For some reason, I feel like that is relevant to you. The guidebook for this card reads, Endings are an inevitable part of the rhythm of life. They are bittersweet in nature and can seem to come at the least opportune moments. And you guys, I've gotten twice in this reading, and it just came to me again, so I'm going to say it. The movie Alice in Wonderland. It could be a confirmation. It could be you have a message in there. It could be a film from your childhood. But Alice in Wonderland is coming through twice now. They're bittersweet in nature and can seem to come at the least opportune moments, endings. Though it is often true that when one door closes, another opens, this might not always be what we would wish for at the time, and it doesn't always bring us the comfort we desire. Many times, the open doors that endings create can bring about conflicting emotions within. If you have pulled this card, allow yourself to feel whatever you feel around this current ending in your life. An acceptance exercise for you, pile one, would be to take the time you need to process the emotions you have. And remember that there is no need to feel shame. It is okay to be excited or sad. It is okay to feel mad or afraid. It is okay to be happy. It's also okay to exist as you are right now in these moments. Take heart that in every ending, no matter how it may feel right now, there is hope. Know that there is something glorious waiting for you along this new path. A responsive journaling prompt for you would be to ask yourself, what can you do today to honor the current ending in your life? So, it looks like how you connect with your inner child. And we have on the bottom of the deck just confirming that this is the energy of the moments, like, needing to connect with your inner child, and then also that this is going to bring you there. We have go inward. It is time to connect with your inner child. So how to connect to your inner child, pile one, is in accepting this bittersweet ending that you are processing and going through at this moment. You need space to grieve, I'm healing, but just space to process and integrate anything that hasn't already. And you've ascended and stepped up onto a new and different path, and, I'm getting the image of a child, like, running outside barefoot, and you may feel your path that you're on now is, like, made out of stone, much like the photo in, this image here on the card. And, it may feel rough at first or even painful on this new path, but you will grow used to these things in a way that you'll be able to run wild and run freely and not take notice to these things that, like, sort of cause your feet to feel pained and make you walk maybe in a certain way right now. So pile one, that is your message. If you made it all the way to the end, let's drop a mushroom emoji in relation to Alice in Wonderland. Leave a like and subscribe so my content finds others. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here and watching, and I will see you soon. Hello, pile two, and welcome to your reading, where today we are answering the question, what is it that you need to do to reconnect with your inner child? Because that is certainly the energy of the time, and an energy that's moving through us, so that we can ascend, and not just ascend, but also connect to ourselves and connect more to our truths and living our truths. So, and wow, that just all came out so fluidly for you, and I think so poignantly and on purpose from Spirit. But, I'm seeing on this card, and I'm hearing dark side of the moon, and, something has been eclipsed, okay? But, you're going through a very magical time. You're going through a very magical time, in a time where you are rebalancing what may have been a damaged feminine space, like a suppressed feminine space, or like a privatized, I'm hearing. Okay. So, made in seclusion. That's interesting. Okay. So, this card reads, though, and this is the 32 card, and we actually have 2 cards come out for you, and we only had 1 card for pile 1, but we have 2 cards for you, and the first one is 32, set boundaries, claim your power, and know your value today. Okay, and the second card we have come out, and I actually want to leave this one on top. We have the 18th card. It is okay to be misunderstood. Perception is not always based on the truth. Wow. Woo, 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 woo. And then on the bottom of the deck, and this is underlying energy, okay, we have let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. So I just did a sigh out there, and I think that you guys could use a nice breath exercise. So let's actually do one together, okay, pile 2? We'll do a box breathing exercise. We'll do 1 round of it, okay? So we're just going to do inhale, hold, exhale, hold, okay? And we'll do each of those for a count of 4. Okay, so I will count through those 4 on my fingers with us. So let's go ahead and begin in 1, 2, 3. Inhaling now on 1. Holding. Exhaling. Holding. And I just did one more, like, inhale and exhale through the mouth there. But, guys, I think it's really important to, like, connect to your breath, just to, like, get any icky, like, energies off of you, like, from the day or just a moment or a person. And, I wanted to say, like, your energy, and it's so cute that both of your feathers are blue. Like, I had psychically come to me before I was coming into this reading. Your energy is like a snow day, and, like, your energy is asking you to reconnect to your childhood and, like, your inner child through that sort of energy, that snow day energy. And I was getting, like, lounging in pajamas and Saturday morning cartoons with cereal, and just watching cartoons in general, and wearing pajamas around in general, lounging and lazing about, like, lounging on the couch with your legs in every direction and your arms in every direction, and you might be twiddling with your hair, and you might be watching the show, or you might be thinking about something inspired by the show, or you might be thinking about something else, but it's all in fun, and you're totally just relaxed, and it's not necessarily low energy. You're exceptionally engaged, and if the right friend came along and asked you to do something, you would get right up. But it's not low energy. It's just intentional rest. It's like, but in a way that it's like high energy rest. So let's read. I want to read the messages for your cards, and I actually am just being called to read the message for the 18th card here, so we will go there. This card reads, it is okay to be misunderstood, and let me take a sip of my tea just real fast. It is okay to be misunderstood. To be misunderstood is to be human. We each have a story when our words and actions were perceived in the wrong manner. Every one of us experiences life through our own personal lens of fears, desires, beliefs, and pains, which often leads to miscommunication and misunderstanding. It can feel overwhelming when this occurs, as we derive a sense of safety from those around us, being able to understand how we see the world. An acceptance exercise you can do, pile 2, is if you currently feel misunderstood, take some time today to practice inner safety within yourself. Place one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly. Take deep breaths and speak words of safety over yourself now. That's so interesting, pile 2, because I was so called to do that breath exercise with you. Like, maybe breathing isn't just about grounding and getting that yucky energy off for you. It's also about, feeling a sense of safety and a sense of calm. Helping you reach that state of, like, high energy relaxation. Take deep breaths and speak words of safety over yourself now. So let's place a hand over our heart and a hand over our belly. Take a breath in through our mouth and through our nose. Take a breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. I am safe. I have all that I need. Tell yourself that you are safe and that you are known and that everything will be okay in the end. Ask yourself if there are any affirmations or actions you can take that would help your inner child feel safe now. Remember that there are some things we might never be able to fully communicate to another, and that is okay. The goal of this practice is to not make others understand, but to realize that their misunderstanding of you is not a reflection of your worth or your truth. You are complete, regardless of how others perceive you. So, part of this, pajamas I'm definitely getting is, receiving the feeling of softness, the sensory state, the sensation of softness, because you are, journeying towards a softness of the heart. A responsive journaling prompt that you can do, Pile 2, is to ask yourself, how does it feel to your inner child to be misunderstood? How does your inner child feel when you practice inner safety? Ask your inner child if there is another way they might need to feel safe around misunderstandings. Pile 2, we are going to leave your message there for today. That was so heartfelt from Spirit. I can sense that, and I hope it reaches you safely and softly and all the way to the bottom of your heart. If it did, help me get this message to others by liking, leaving your thoughts in the comments below, and if you're a little shy or don't know what to say, then drop a cloud emoji. I thank you guys so much for being here and love you all so much. Bye for now. Pile 3, we're welcoming you into your reading cardless, which is interesting. I'm getting we're entering your reading in the nude is kind of the energy that is coming through. It's reminding me of how when we're super young, it might not be abnormal societally so much as it is when we are adults to run around in the nude. And that is the energy that is coming through so suddenly for your pal. But actually what I wanted to come on camera to say there before we even shuffled was what was coming through your pile was the song, I guess it's just called Row Your Boat, but row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. You're being asked to dream more and daydream and float, I'm hearing. And I actually just got the image in my head of this CD player that I had in the early 2000s, and it was rather bulky. I don't really know how to describe it other than it looked like a CD player, but it was kind of it had a handle on it, and it looks like an alien head, but not it wasn't meant to. Okay, this is just the shape that it had, and it had a handle, and it also played the radio, but you could put CDs in it, and I'm getting that in my mind's eye, and it's music may be something that is extra important right now in connecting to your child. Oh wow, that's interesting. Because I actually meant to say inner child. So, now that we've done all that talking, let me just introduce you to your reading, Pile 3. So today's reading, we are asking the question, what can you do to reconnect to your inner child? So let me shuffle, and we have beautiful energy making its way into your reading already. You can do hard things. It is not as impossible as it may feel. But let me shuffle and we will get the card meant for you from Spirit today. I'm also getting listening to pop music. I used to listen to a lot of radio hits back in the day, and honestly before I was 12 or 13, it was the only music I knew existed. And so I'm getting radio hits, and I'm also getting films where there's music stars in the films. I was specifically getting 8 Mile over and over again, and I just got Bird Box, I think it is, with MGK in it, and also a message that's in also the song Illegal by Pink Pantheress was coming through, and that vibe of jamming out to music like that in your room is the energy that's coming through. But also, it's like having those really, like, I'm just saying, like, pop girly music, which pop girly moments to yourself in your room, and then it's like outside of that, it's like prowess and like prowling, I guess, but like in a nonchalant and non-intentional, and like, you know, you don't have an agenda, but like you're outside just walking. So it's like the energy of like just walking around like endlessly, with the aim of getting out and just exploring. Alright, so for your pile 3, we actually had this card make an appearance. This card reads, get lost, fall deep into the realm of imagination. And this is actually, your first card is also the first card of pile 1. Okay, so if you felt connected to pile 1, this is definitely like, you know, Spirit's way of saying, I got some stuff to say to you over there. We have come through, though, for clarifying energy. Let it come forth. Give yourself permission to feel it. And underlying, okay, the underlying, like, currents to this time for you is to, well, I'll just show you this card here and read it. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. We're going to read the guidebook, though, for this 22 card. And 22, that's really significant. That's my number right now, because I'm going through, like, an ascension, like, through my heart space and, like, through my throat as well, and just honestly through everything. But it's really heart focused, and 22 is a number I'm working with, like, hugely right now. You know, I'm just hearing, like, dazed and confused as well, and also I'm seeing, like, stars around her head here. You know, that energy is actually, like, kind of the energy that's coming through. Is like a dazed and confused energy, where it's like wandering. Yeah, you know, you might be, like, intentionally lost. You might make yourself lost intentionally. Spirit's wanting you to do that. Spirit's wanting you to make yourself get lost and wonder. So and just for confirmation, I am on, in the book, as I'm trying to open up to your page, get lost. That's just confirmation. But let's jump to 22. Let it come forth. Many things occur. Okay, just make sure we're recording. Many things occur in life that we may be unable to process, and most, if not all, of these unprocessed events and emotions can be stored inside us. If you have pulled this card, then it may mean there is a repressed emotion, memory, or aspect of the self that is hindering you in your current situation. As repressed emotions can subconsciously fuel many of our behaviors and interactions within the world, it can be beneficial to explore this. You know, I'm coming immediately to, and while I'm reading that, my throat is, like, becoming, like, very weary as I'm doing this reading. Like, very tired. Like, it's hard to talk. My throat is tired to talk. I feel like I've been up all night. Y'all, I'm starting the day. I have my tea with me. Everything's okay. But, you know, what I was going to say, though, is this is connecting me to Spirit's urge to get you to take, like, intentional wandering walks, getting lost intentionally. You know, it's like this is a way to process these things from your body. Gentle exercise. You know, if you can't walk and go, you know, if you can't walk and you're not in the position where you can do that, gentle exercise, I'm getting, is also another way to, like, expel these things that no longer belong to you and perhaps were never yours to begin with, but they don't belong to you now, at least. You can get rid of them through, if you can't let the mind, or if you can't let the body literally, physically wander, then letting the mind wander. So just gentle exercise, if not actual walks. But walks, I'm getting, are super important. Like, if you can take walks in isolation, and you're in the position to do that, exceptional. So an inner work exercise you can do at this time, pile 3, is one of the ways we deal with overwhelming emotions is by storing them within our physical body. So knowing that, we can access these trapped emotions through physical, intuitive movement. Wow. This, you guys, everything I've said before was just channeled, you know, psychically through your energy. Okay, so reading this prompt here is just confirmation. This is your truth. For this practice, feel your body and move how you feel led to move. Okay, these are gentle movements. particularly focusing on any areas that feel as if they are under pressure. If you need to punch the air, go for it. If you need to scream or dance wildly, go for it. As you practice this exercise, try to surrender to how your body needs to move. Try to withhold judgment and practice this exercise alone in a dimly lit room. If you have trouble letting go, be gentle with yourself. Note, this can be a heavy practice. Please only continue if you're comfortable working with and releasing stuck or repressed emotions. If you feel as though you need further assistance in this practice, consider visiting a somatic therapist or trauma work professional. Wow. So, very heavy stuff for you, pile 3. This guidebook offers a responsive journaling prompt as well. It says, ask yourself if there is anything that needs to be spoken aloud and released. Write down what comes forth, observing it without judgment, and proceed to speak aloud what needs to be spoken. And I'm just coming back to this final message here on the bottom of the deck. Connect to eternity within. Let yourself be held by love. There is hope ahead. Have courage and take heart, for there is hope. Flow with the rhythm. Get lost in the rhythm of the movement today. Set boundaries, claim power, and know your value today. Speak to yourself with kindness. Become aware of how you speak to yourself. Spend time in nature. Let the beauty of nature refresh your soul. You all, we will end your beautiful, beautiful messages there for today.